What is going on, YouTube? It's your boy C Boogie back with another wrestling video. Uh, Long story short, your boy Boogie and the Boogie family, we set a little trip to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania to go watch a little thing that many people you guys may have heard of it called WrestleMania, and WrestleMania 40 was insane. And it's funny, at the time we're recording this, the Raw after Mania just started. So I'm recording this. I just got home. I'm settled in. What a show. If you're new, before we get into anything else, welcome to the Loud Mob Legion of Boogie. We live every day, Kick and Twitch. Links are always in the description. Like and comment on all the videos that you see. If you guys like this, please let me know. We're actually going to have a two-parter. This is going to be the Boogie after Mania 40. Initial thoughts versus afterthoughts. I'll be rewatching the pay-per-view. Sorry. It's a new era now. PLE. I'm going to be watching the premium live event over again so that we can really dive into how great this really was. So without any further ado, man, we're going to go through this card. I don't want to really give grades per se, but I really want to get into how much I enjoyed the matches, if it could have been better, if it was good, but it, expectations were low, but it exceeded those. So a lot of people have been saying this was the greatest WrestleMania of all time. None of these matches that I'm about to talk about were bad. Honestly, I truly believe that. So without further ado, let's get into it, man. First match of the night, Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch. A instant classic. Becky wasn't feeling well. Rhea was battered, beaten up a little bit. They went out there and they put on a show. The entrances were dope. The gear was dope. The chemistry in the ring was dope. What an awesome performance. If I can give them the double thumbs up, I would. I can't even put into words how awesome this was to start Mania Saturday night. So, double thumbs up. The chemistry was great. They didn't do anything crazy. There was a couple of crazy spots. The way that Rhea ended the match was amazing. Her and Becky didn't really miss a step with each other. I'm numb, guys. I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty sure I blacked out a couple of times. So if I feel like I'm pausing a little bit, it's because I'm trying to, wrap my head around how great this was. A moment. It was beyond even wrestling for me and the family, man, to be able to do this. So that match to start the night, awesome. Hats off to both, because Becky had strep throat, 102 fever, and I'm pretty sure Rhea was also feeling under the weather, like I said, beaten up. So for them to go out there, a spectacle in terms of gear and entrances, and to put on a bang match, tip the cap to them. After that, the ladder match, the undisputed ladder match, was chaotic. That's the one word I can explain. Chaotic. And again, I'm going to give you guys in this episode my thoughts of being in the crowd compared to watching it. Because the crowd for Becky Rhea was fire. They were involved. They were live. They were excited. They put on a show and the crowd showed it. For the ladder match, no different. I'm giving it the double thumbs up because this was chaotic and each team had their own spots. The ladders breaking, tables breaking, backs pretty much breaking too. The DDT from my boy Johnny was crazy. JD was getting absolutely destroyed. Poor guy. Ladders are being broken, just stepped on. Damien. But there's a lot of things that happened in this match that were just the definition of chaotic. As fans, when we were in the arena in the stadium in Lincoln Financial, we saw the two titles were split. And we knew immediately that the titles would split. And the crowd popped for Grayson Waller and Austin Theory because, it was the start of a new era, the split of the tag titles. So they won the SmackDown tag titles, which I thought was an awesome move, a great call. And then Mr. R-Truth with the hot tag and the 3 count pin, which was awesome. These teams just put each other through hell and back in a very fun, crazy, and dare I say one more time, chaotic match. The awesome Truth win the Raw Tag Team titles. Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, A-Town Down Under, win the SmackDown. Like I said, double thumbs up. 2 banger matches to start the night. Just amazing. So, it was a great, the energy was, at this point, the energy was live. Next up was the tag match between Rey and Andrade versus Dom and Santos Escobar. This match was good, actually. A lot of, you want to talk about Lucha Libre, a lot of the next generation being able to see a clinic. That's what this was. A very fun moment. Having, some of Legado and LWO kind of get involved on the outside. And also Lane Johnson and Jason Kelsey from the Eagles helping out Rey and Andrade, which was a great surprise, but a lot of people wouldn't like it because it kind of took away from the feud that they were going. It's kind of like it was a deep and personal feud. So a lot of people didn't have, a great fond appreciation for that. But it was a good moment to have the Philly crowd get into it. The Philly crowd loved it when they took off the masks. And it was just a cool kind of give back to the Philly crowd, to Philadelphia, saying thank you for hosting. So I get the thumbs up for me, honestly. I'm not going to give it a double thumbs up because I don't think it was on the same level in terms of in-ring work, but absolutely give that an awesome thumbs up. It was a fun match. Next match was Jimmy versus Jay, which a lot of people said was the worst match of the weekend. Obviously, there'll be a lot of argument to that. I'm not saying that it was. I don't think there really was a bad match of the weekend, honestly. I feel like they all were good, except some were better than others, but that doesn't take away from the fact that these matches were good. Jimmy and Jay really did, and I'll agree with a couple of things that people said. It needed a little more. It needed some kind of stipulation. It needs something. It felt like a super kick fest, but it was a yeet versus no yeet super kick fest, which I thought was like awesome. The crowd, the Philly crowd with the yeet and no yeet super kick battle was awesome. I know from watching it on a different perspective, you guys get to see different variables there, but it wasn't bad, but it could have used more. So I'll say that. I'll give that a thumbs. I don't think I'll give any of the matches a thumbs down, really. It was just awesome. Honestly. Awesome job from Jimmy and Jay just to have the crowd get into the yeet, no yeet. But I think that there's still more to be grasped. Just there's I feel like there's more there. I'm going to keep saying it. There's brother versus brother at WrestleMania. There could have been a little more. And that's just me being greedy because I wanted to see this match. But the yeet, no yeet super kick in Philly, in the stadium, in the crowd. Beautiful. So great job to them. Great entrances too. Lil Wayne came out for Jay. The gear, let me go back. Even the gear in the tag match between, all the Lucha Libre represented. The gear was awesome. Dom is still the biggest heel. So you give him that. Next up was the 6 women tag team match between Damage Control and they're calling themselves the Big Three, Jade, Naomi, and Bianca Belair. This match, low key for me personally, the crowd was kind of into it. It felt like a squash match, but each woman did pull off a couple moves, a little bit of their offense. It wasn't the longest match in the world. I don't think it was a bad match either. I feel like it's the same route of Jimmy and Jay. It could have used a little more. It could have used a little bit more, and that's okay. But I feel like each woman, they came out with dope gear, great entrances. I feel like Naomi, Bianca, and Jade really took that Big Three seriously, and they shined during their entrance. And then Damage Control all coming out as a group during their entrance was awesome. And well done. And it just kind of fit the Damage Control mold that they have as a unit. So I give that a thumbs up. Honestly, I can understand the gripe, and again, I read a lot of social media stuff. I read a lot of reactions from the people that were actually there as well, and I get that. But it's okay to want more, but still say the match was decent. You know what I mean? So that's what I thought. I feel like they did a really good job, like kind of that middle of the card. Wow, they just gave a thank you Roman chant. Wow, that's crazy. We'll get to that. Sammy versus Gunther. If I can give more than 2 thumbs, I would, which is a couple of the other matches as well. I'd probably give, more than 2 thumbs up if I could. But Sammy versus Gunther, the build wasn't really there. A lot of people said it was, Gable was kind of in line for that. But having Sammy come out, his wife and kids, in the Jumbotron, and then seeing Gable and saying, you could do it. And then him seeing Kevin Owens giving him a big-ass hug and saying, go get it. And him coming out. And him and Gunther throwing down in an all-time classic IC title match, which gave a lot of reminiscent vibe, and I'm not going to mention his name so you guys know what I'm going to talk about. John Cena and another beast incarnate who, actually, Triple H mentioned him, so I can mention him because of this, just the analogy I want to use. But Cena versus Lesnar, where kind of Cena was battered down, pretty much beaten senseless, which is what happened with Sammy, being senseless by Gunther. A lot of offense. Sammy was kind of that storyline of him kind of gingerly choreographing and coordinating what moves he was going to, because Gunther was bigger than him, And I think that they did such a good job telling the story of Sammy being the underdog and Gunther really underestimating him. Where Sammy's just laying there, Gunther's toying with his wife, and Sammy's over here on the mat, just wailing around trying to get some life, and the crowd is going nuts. The crowd's bananas. At this point, the crowd's bananas. The false finishes and everything in between. It was insane. The chops, the kicks to the face. Holy shit, it's Dwayne. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm getting so far backtrack. I'm sorry. Keep track. Stay focused, Boog. We'll come back to this. Sammy and Gunther was an absolute banger. 2 thumbs up. If I can give more, I would. That brainbuster at the end into the double haluva kicks for the cover. And the emotion from Samantha Irvin, by the way, she did an awesome job on the mic. This match was it. And thank you, Gunther, for an amazing Amazing title reign as IC champ. Historic title reign. That was amazing. Not gonna lie, ladies and gentlemen, we may be back. Professional wrestling for real may be back. A lot of these matches really just eye-popping. What a job. And then we go to the tag match. Cody versus Seth, Rock versus Roman. The winner gets the stipulation of either no bloodline, no outside interference, or bloodline rules. Entrances were absolutely amazing. And Rock, I know a lot of people were joking about him being gassed. A lot of them were joking about him being gassed, including myself, of course. He had to joke about it because we're in kayfabe, you know. Dwayne's the bad guy. But what a good match for 40 minutes, 45 minutes. This match just progressively got better. You know, it started off slow as most matches do. And it just gradually got better where things just got more interesting. And for the most part, people in the arena had no idea that this match turned into a damn near no DQ match. It turned into an Extreme Rules match. The ref let him run around, and no one's like, who's legal? No one knew. The ref wasn't counting. They weren't doing anything. The Rock even told him, you count, you're fired. So it was like there was going to be a winner. And for an hour of spectacle of entrances, gear, and moments within the match, the chemistry between these four guys was absolutely outstanding. At times you thought Seth or Cody would beat Rock and Roman. And then just when you think Cody has Roman in his grasp, ready to hit a crossroads, Rock takes the belt that he said at WrestleMania, you were going to get hit. Bang! Crowd loses their mind because we know how that goes. And at the end of it, a rock bottom into a people's elbow. 1, 2, 3. The Rock has pinned Cody Rhodes. And his nightmare has reoccurred. And everyone walks out stunned. A lot of ones up, though. A lot of ones up. And now it is Bloodline rules going into night 2 of Mania. Night 1 was awesome. I know a lot of people were saying that the energy of night 1 wasn't all that great. Again, I will watch it back to see. From your, for the many people's point of views who weren't able to attend live in person. But the energy in my section that I was in was awesome. And from my perspective, it was really good. The matches were really good. I didn't find a problem. So overall, just an awesome night 1. Honestly, an awesome night 1, considering that some of these matches were good, but could have been better. I'm perfectly fine with that. If a match is like horrible, we'll let you know. But I don't think so. All right, night 2, man. Started off Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. Awesome entrance. Awesome entrances. Let me just start there. And 3 seconds into the match, Drew hits Seth with a Claymore. Everyone loses their shit. Absolutely. Everyone loses their mind. What an absolutely... It woke the crowd up, I'll tell you that much. 1, 2, cover, kick out, bang. Everyone's like, all right, we're awake. This match was, I'm going to hit you with my final blow. With my final punch. As hard as I possibly can. And if you kick out, it'll progressively get worse. And that's what these two men did to each other. Seth was already destroyed after last night's night 1 tag team match. And Drew is coming in healthy as ever, focused as ever, with the lingering Mr. CM Punk, who was on commentary, which his entrance, let me just say, was amazing. And the crowd was into it, singing and all. It was amazing. He was focused and determined to win the World Heavyweight Championship. CM Punk was still lingering, and he wanted to prove him wrong. He wanted to do it. He wanted to do it. To stick it to CM Punk. He prayed for CM Punk to be at WrestleMania, and he wasn't at WrestleMania, and Drew got his spot. And he said, I'm going to make sure you know that. This match was amazing. I give it a thumbs up. I give it a double thumbs up. If I can give more thumbs up, I would, because from bell to bell, and you don't know what I mean specifically, this match was absolutely fantastic, and they booked it amazing. Just when you think Seth's about to get the upper hand, Drew hits him with a Claymore. 1, 2, 3. Your winner and new World Heavyweight Champ, Drew McIntyre. Now you think it's over. He goes over to CM Punk on commentary, starts gloating. Even in the middle of the match, the dude tweets, "We're bored at work, LOL." Absolute menace material. Drew deserved this moment of winning the title. And Seth, again, thank you, Seth, for an incredible run as champion. Seth Rollins is also one of my favorites, and he doesn't get as much respect as he deserves from many people, and he should get that respect. He should get his flowers. But like I don't understand the hate for him. He works so hard. This World Heavyweight title has meant more than many people would have expected. He has done what he is supposed to do. So, thank you, Seth. But as Drew goes to commentary to gloat to CM Punk with the World Heavyweight title in his hands, he stands on the table, hoists the title over his head, and CM Punk brings him down. Absolutely pulls his leg and drops him on his back. Drew is in pain, falls off, rolls off the announce table, and CM Punk takes off his arm brace right to the dome. And as he does that, out comes Damian Priest. He runs down with that briefcase. He hits Drew McIntyre with that briefcase. He rolls him into the ring. Samantha Irvin announces Drew McIntyre is cashing in his Money in the Bank contract. And within a minute, 1, 2, 3, your winner and new World Heavyweight Champion. Within 5 minutes, Drew McIntyre's title reign in the dust. All thanks to the one man he was so obsessed with that he could not just let go of and stay focused. CM Punk. And CM Punk sits on the announce desk with his legs crossed, as such, as he always does, and he smiles at him and claps his hands. And now the Judgment Day have Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest as both World Heavyweight Champs. Crazy sight. But if you're going to book it, you book it like that, and that's how you get it done to start a night. Another night 2 banger. The Philadelphia crowd was electric for Damian Priest's cash-in. It was just awesome. You want to talk about goosebumps? Goosebumps. Amazing. After that, man, we had the Philly street fight with Bubba Ray Dudley as the special guest referee, which was absolutely incredible. I couldn't believe it. I forgot who was on commentary. I'm pretty sure it was Snoop Dogg, but let me tell you guys right now. Because I actually did, guys, I'll be honest, I blacked out. I really did black out. I blacked out. Snoop was on commentary. Okay, so I do remember. Bubba Ray as special guest referee was awesome. Having Snoop Dogg there was hilarious. This match was a lot of fun, and it was also chaotic. Another chaotic match that was filled with a bunch of crazy spots and a bunch of holy shit moments. And every time a table was brought out, or anytime Bubba Ray would do something, it's just full of EC dub chants in the stadium. And it was just absolutely amazing. And it was even more fun in my section because Grayson Waller and Austin Theory were literally in the suite right above us, telling the crowd to watch the match from our $15 seats. Which it wasn't, well, they weren't $15, but you know, it was great heel work. But those are, you know, I was like, those are my champs. Those are my champs. They did. It was just a great experience to have that and the match. B-Fab and Scarlett got involved. I think that it was just It was a Philly street fight, and it lived up to that name. And it wasn't like, oh my God, 6 out of 5 star match, but it was a good, fun, chaotic match. And again, I'm going to keep saying chaotic because that's what WrestleMania was this weekend. WrestleMania 40 was chaotic. It was chaotic, and I loved it. So I'm giving it a thumbs up. I'm going to give it a thumbs up. I don't think any match was bad. I don't think this Philly street fight was bad. I think it was really cool to see a lot of the spots, a lot of the chairs being broken, candlesticks being broken. Chairs were, I'm pretty sure there was a chair at one point, but it was such a fun match. The Street Profits, Bobby, they end up winning, which was awesome, and the Philly crowd was into it. And Bubba Ray Dudley got a huge pop. That was insane. Next up, I believe it was... I always forget which is which. What I always forget the order of this. Bro, I'm telling you guys, I blacked out. I literally blacked out. There's no way I forgot which match was before. Oh, it was AJ versus LA Knight. Okay. I blacked out. I swear I blacked out. I was there, but I wasn't there. I was just so in shock that I was even at a Mania. AJ Styles' new theme is a banger. LA Knight, literally every time he threw a punch was, yeah. And this match wasn't bad either. Could it have given a little more? I feel like a lot of people will say that. But I enjoyed it. I don't necessarily think I had a problem with it. I used the word underwhelming. I was with Lad, and I said underwhelming, and I felt like that was a little disrespectful. I think I wanted more. You know? I wanted a little bit more to sink my teeth into. It's like finishing a plate and knowing that it's not a buffet. You can't necessarily get more because you're going to have to pay for more, you know? But I think that this match was aggressive from the start. AJ Styles came down, and the ref rang the bell, and now it was time to get busy. LA Knight was pulling moves out of his bag that I didn't even know he had. AJ, one of the most talented professional wrestlers in the world, so he did normal, phenomenal one things. So that wasn't crazy. LA Knight picked up the win, which, again, the crowd was into it. Every time he threw a punch, it was, yeah, 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 oh, yeah. It was just, the crowd was behind him. And it was awesome. So was this match cool? Yeah. And I leave it there. The triple threat match. The match that I did not expect. How do I say this? My bar wasn't super high, but it wasn't super low. And even in the middle, it exceeded that. That match was fun. A lot of false finishes. A lot of crazy spots with those finishers. A pop-up. I think it was a pop-up powerbomb into an RKO. I was like, what? Speed was there. He got RKO'd. He barked at Randy Orton. Randy Orton barked at him back. RKO through a table. Logan Paul doing his normal stuff. Bringing out his plethora of technical wrestling that many didn't think he'd have when he came in. Randy getting brought down the ramp by a golf cart or a security cart by KO. Them fighting, them joining up together and then eventually reversing an RKO by KO and realizing, oh, only one of us can win, so let's slow down. The crowd was into that. Crowd was booing the hell out of Logan while I was cheering him on. I was cheering on all these guys. So I couldn't believe how much better this match was than many would have anticipated. Even though a lot of people were excited for this match, a lot of star power in here. Logan had proven himself, and to be able to hang with the top stars in the company and do it at such a young age, in terms of like in the company. I think that was just awesome. I think that was just awesome. So for that, I say that's a double thumbs up for me. I'm sorry, I have to say it. Logan does pick up the win, though. He kind of escapes. And I'm excited to see who Logan goes up against next. And I'm interested to see if they don't start a feud between KO and Randy. I'm very interested to see that. Now going into Io versus Bayley. A match that the build could have been a little better. But they also put on a show, and I think the crowd was a little silent at times. But they both, and Io's well known around the world, and Bayley is a part of the 4 Horsewomen for a reason. They had really good chemistry within, within the squared circle. I think that these two brought some necessary oomph, a necessary next step that kind of lacked in the build. Even though it was a year, it's gonna, there was a lot of seeds planted to get to this point. It's a full circle moment. Bayley's entrance was amazing, and so was Io's, and the gear was really cool by Bayley specifically. And I love Io's theme, so I was bopping to that. Like I said, the crowd seemed silent at times, but a bunch of reversals that had everyone shook. A lot of really good technical wrestling that a lot of women would probably love to keep an eye on. That rose plant, though, into that reverse where Io just plopped up on her head, everyone went, whoa, excuse me, ma'am. But ultimately, even with a banged up knee, Bayley retains. And the crowd was chanting Bayley throughout the match, too. She, when things got a little quiet, things started to kind of heat up. We heard those Bayley chants going around the arena. And I think that Bayley winning this title made sense. The crowd loved it. I loved it. I'm interested to see what they do with Bayley next, because I feel like this door on Damage Control is not closed yet. I feel like there's more to it. But regardless, we have ourselves a new women's champion. So I'm happy for Bayley. She deserves this. After not being at a Mania and then going to Mania and losing, to then winning a title a couple years later in a story that was kind of sort of writing itself, of, you bring up this group, they start to turn, and then you got to take down the essential head of the snake. Then they did a good job. They did a good job. I low-key want to give this a double thumbs up, too, because I'm probably going to watch it back and be like, yeah, that match was really good. So I'm going to do that. And then it comes down to the main event. And by the way, shout out to Io for a great run, too. Everybody loved the cash-in and all that. Shout out to Io. Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes, the match that we had been waiting for all weekend. Let me just say this, and this is Bloodline rules, by the way. Let me just say that Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns did a really good job. The chemistry that these two have built within the ring was outstanding, and the crowd was hot the minute that promo package ended. Everyone was ready for an hour and a half of pure cinema. So I would just love to, what the hell? Sorry, backtrack. I would just love to say that these two, specific out of before anything else, and we'll get to all the other else part, they did an awesome job. Stealing each other's finishers, going out, fighting in the crowd, suplexes outside the ring. No, I'm pretty sure it was a kendo stick involved. I think it was a chair involved too. Again, I'm going to go back and watch it. It feels like such a blur, like it happened, but it didn't happen. And let me just say that these two put on a clinic outside of any other thing that happened. Now, when I tell you that this was the craziest way to end a match in WrestleMania history, I kid you not, it was the greatest ending to a WrestleMania match. Because Cody has Roman in the crossroads, and he gets super kicked by Jimmy. Now, Jimmy and Jay are fighting on the ramp. You get speared through a table on the ramp. And then they're in the ring again. And here comes out Solo. He gets spiked. He gets spiked again. A kick out. Then he gets speared and spiked. Kick out. John Cena pops up. And everyone loses their freaking minds. Because I'm like, what the hell is going on, bro? These two are like laying face down through a table. I don't know, 10, 15 foot drop off the ramp. These two brothers are just absolutely cooked. Cody just got a helping hand by John Cena out of nowhere. He comes out. He clotheslines Solo out the ring. He AA's Roman. He AA Solo through an announce table. And then, all when you think things are good, The Rock shows up. Now, Cena's frozen outside the ring. And I saw some clips, and I'm going to talk about that in the Afterthoughts episode. And Cena comes out. Cena looks out into the crowd with The Rock walking right behind him. And now we have Rock versus Cena for the third time facing off. Cena takes off his shirt. He's fired up. Rock is in the ring. They look around to the crowd. Cena goes like this. Tries to punch him. Absolutely misses. Rock bottom. Now you think that everything's good. Then you hear the Shield music. And now, I'll be honest, half the people in our section thought it was Jon Moxley. I thought it was Jon Moxley. I'm not going to lie. Here comes a beaten up Seth Rollins coming out of nowhere with a chair. And Roman, because Rock doesn't see him, Superman punch. Now Seth is like laid out. And now Cody's just right in front of Rock with Rock and his Mama Rhodes belt. He's telling him to get up. He's telling him to get up. Come on, boy. Get up, boy. Gong. Lights go out. It's the freaking Undertaker. Now, let me tell you, whatever y'all heard, it was crazier in the arena, in that stadium, in Lincoln Financial. The pop that you got is damn near close to what you heard if you were physically there. It was absolutely nuts. Because at this point, I'm just like, I'm just shook at that point. I'm not speaking. All I screamed was, "What is going on?" And that was it. That was it. I don't think I said another word after that. I think at that point, I just started crying. Because now Undertaker just comes out, just chokes the living hell out of The Rock. Undertaker just hits him with a nice little choke slam. Now Undertaker's gone. Everyone's laid out. Roman gets into the ring, sees the chair, and instead of ending Cody Rhodes' story once and for all, he notices Seth Rollins in his Shield gear with his dyed hair and the music. He takes the chair, he slams it in the back of his head, and Seth goes down under the bottom rope like Roman did when he betrayed the Shield. And just when Roman thinks he's got it made, he's ready to go for the spear. Everyone in the arena goes, "Ooh, ah." He gets kicked in the face into a triple crossroads. And at that point, we all actually thought there was going to be a new Bloodline member. I'm not going to lie. He hits the third one. He goes for the cover. 1, 2. Surely Roman kicks out, and everyone's kind of just holding their breath at this point. At this point, I'm already shook and numb and shaking. 3, ring the bell. Cody Rhodes is your new, undisputed Universal Heavyweight Champ in an absolute amazing match. An overly booked, chaotic, masterpiece, cinematic sector of the universe that was the main event of WrestleMania 40 Night 2. It was just perfectly well done from start to finish. I would argue even, and a lot of people had broken it up, and I know some of you guys have seen Mr. Zanti Zap. Mr. Zap said that he felt that the Roman Cody section of this match was better than last year's. And I would have to agree with him. And he was watching from the other side, but me sitting in the arena watching, it was a lot of fun, a lot of false finishes, a lot of like, oh my gosh, is this match going to end now? Is Bloodline Rules only going to just be an Extreme Rules match? But is Cody just going to lose because Roman's just going to beat him? Like, what's going to happen? And then when all the chaotic stuff happened, it just... You want to talk about Avengers Endgame? Good Lord Almighty. What a sight it was. Roman, thank you for an amazing reign because I loved these two guys, man. Roman was the guy. I invested so much time into Cody, even with him being booed in AEW. And I was shocked that Cody won and shocked that the reign was over. You know, I never thought I'd see Roman get pinned again after the Bloodline Civil War match. And I got emotional. Yeah, I was absolutely hyped to see Cody in his mask in the entrance because Brandy came out and it was just such a dope entrance. Like he was ready to go to war. And then I heard Roman's entrance and I started crying. I'm just like, I'm here. This may be the last time he's holding this title. This may be the chance that Cody's been waiting for to finish his story and bring a title home to his family. And his mom is there. So then it just caught up to me like, oh, like I'm here. Like I looked around, the whole stadium ready and eyes locked. It was just an amazing experience. And Cody ends the reign, the historic 1,300 plus day reign. And I couldn't be more proud to have been able to experience that live. And I want to do it again. I'm on a Mania high. And I'll leave it there, man. But if I could give this match anything besides 2 thumbs, I would. because that was just incredible. And a lot of people said night 2 was better than night 1. Honestly, I don't think one night was better than the other. I honestly believe both nights had its awesome moments and awesome energy and vibes. And I can't wait for the next week to come back and talk about it again. And see if I double down or if I change some of my thoughts. But as of right now, that is where I stand with the crowd in some of these matches. The energy, the vibes, absolutely amazing. My section was so good. But it seems like each match had its moments. Each match had its pops, crazy spots. I just think WrestleMania 4 was chaotic, but one of the best WrestleManias of all time. I really do appreciate everybody for tuning in. This was a long video, but I had a lot to say. And I was also kind of distracted by the Raw after Mania because I'm trying to keep in tune with that. But it was just such a moment. Thank you to all the champs. It's a new era. It's a new era of professional wrestling that I'm very excited to be a part of. And thank you to Triple H and everybody else involved in such a spectacle to be able to witness for the first time and probably the last time live. And I just hope I get an opportunity maybe to do it again. And if you guys haven't been able to and you get a chance, I wouldn't hesitate. Shadow of a doubt, I would not hesitate. Without a shadow of a doubt, I'm going. That's what my thought is to you. But if I can describe WrestleMania 40 in one word, and you're going to hear this one more time, chaotic in the best sense of the word. So that being said, man, I must bid y'all all adieu, goodbye, good night, good morning, good afternoon, depending on when you're watching. I will see you guys for part 2 of Boogie after Mania XL. And enjoy your post-Mania week, man. Like, I don't even know how to feel, dude. I don't even know if I can continue on the rest of the week. We're going to see how it goes. I'll see you on the next one. I'm out. Peace. And yeet. And yeah. And acknowledge him. And whoa. And Drew's a menace. CM Punk's also a menace. And things should be fun. I'll see you on the next one. I'm out. A-Town. I'm sorry. I keep extending this video. I just had a lot of fun. I'm sorry. It's Big Yeet, though. Yeet. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I'm so stupid.